Now, let's take a look at how to delete and add objects in the 3D viewport. To delete an object, first select it. Then, go to the Object menu and choose Delete. This will remove the object from the scene. You can also use the hotkey X to delete an object. Alternatively, you can press the Delete key. However, keep in mind that when you use the Delete key, there won't be a confirmation prompt, so be careful. Next, let's add a new object. You can add various objects from the Add menu. For now, let's select a cube from the Mesh category. Now, a new cube has been added, however, it's overlapping with the existing cube, so we can't see it clearly. If you check the outliner, you'll notice that a new cube has been created. Let's move the new cube to a different position. By default, newly added objects appear at the location of the 3D cursor, which is marked by a red and white circle in the center of the viewport. You can move the 3D cursor to any location by selecting the Cursor tool from the toolbar and clicking anywhere in the viewport. Now let's try adding another cube. As you can see, it has been placed at the location of the 3D cursor. You can also reposition the 3D cursor by holding Shift and right-clicking anywhere in the viewport. For example, you can place the 3D cursor at the center of an object. To do this, select any cube, then go to the Object menu, open the Snap options, and choose Cursor to Selected. Now, the 3D cursor has been placed at the center of the selected object. If you want to reset the 3D cursor to the origin, press Shift-C. You can also use the Pie menu that appears when you press Shift-S to perform the same actions. Once you get used to it, using the Pie menu is a much faster way to switch between positions. Of course, you can also move an object to the location of the 3D cursor. To do this, open the Pie menu with Shift-S again, but this time, select Selection to Cursor. Now the cube has been moved to the 3D cursor's position. Since the viewport is getting a bit cluttered, let's clean it up. Press A to select everything, then press X to delete all objects. Finally, press Shift-C to reset the 3D cursor to the origin. Now let's add a new cube by pressing Shift-A. When you do this, you'll notice a small arrow in the bottom left corner of the viewport. Clicking this arrow opens a pop-up menu. This menu allows you to adjust the most recent action you performed. Since we just added a cube, this menu lets us modify its size and transformation settings. You can toggle the visibility of this menu from the View menu under Adjust Last Operation. However, if you click anywhere else in the viewport, this pop-up menu will disappear. If that happens, don't worry. You can bring it back by pressing the F9 function key before performing any other actions.